Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Whitaker, but you probably already know from the name of the channel, and since you've already seen the title, you probably already know what this is all about. Yes, Netflix has gone into a little trend recently with its original content and how it really just manages it over time. Ever since, say, back in 2015. And we're just going to do a rundown of it until we get to the more recent thing that's at the moment right now with Netflix and its originals. Now, the first one that we've come across with its use of, I guess we can say, propaganda, because let's be honest here, this is what this is all about. Their first show, which debuted back in 2015, aptly named Dear White People, which is basically a show about black people being oppressed and always being victimized, and also not being able to be racist. Yes, it is a show that basically says that black people can't be racist. Now in reality, yes, anyone can be racist. You don't exactly have to be in a imaginary ivory tower like this show wants you to believe that makes certain people racist. And no, anyone can be racist. The definition of it just means you think you're better than someone because of skin color or culture. No, it's just those two things, really. That's it. You don't need to be rich or anything. It's just those two things. Alright, the next one, we're going to go a lot forward in time, which is sad to say. 2020 is Cuties, a Netflix original movie this time instead of a series about underage girls highly sexualizing themselves around adults to go against social norms. Now, nope, I did not watch this movie, and I've only seen a little bit of Dear White People, but I just looked it up. It's a French director. I guess hasn't really done that much, but all you really need to know about the show is, yes, it does sexualize these kids. They are seen twerking, they are seen doing a lot of stuff, and it's all in the trailer, really. You don't even have to see the movie. You can watch the reviews of it, but you don't have to see it to realize that, no, this movie literally is about just these kids sexualizing themselves. There is no message, there is no common ground. This movie is not pretending to be anything. It's not at all. Okay, and now even more recently, which is even more sad, we have a Netflix animated show called Q-Force. It's a show about gay and gender identity stereotypes fighting crime. Now you got your drag queen, you got your masculine man, I don't know if I'm using those right. I don't really know. Yeah, and then you got your gay guy, Twink. I don't know the lingo of it. He's a guy with blue hair, wears makeup, pretends he's a girl, even though he knows he's a guy. It's the most confusing freaking thing I've ever seen, but yeah, it's a thing. Everyone hates it, and to be honest, I really think its worst offense is it trying to say it's a comedy. That's probably the worst thing about this. No thank you. And the next thing that's also most recent is the He-Man reboots. Now, yes, I did say 2 reboots. 2 He-Mans made by Netflix, both are series. Now, the first one, written and directed by Kevin Smith, courtesy to Clownfish TV for giving us information thanks to their outsider. Kevin Smith basically had to lie that He-Man was about He-Man and not the female protagonist, Teela, which he completely butchered. Gave her the Karen haircut, made her buff like a man, and yeah, just very, very unapologetic about everything. You don't even have to watch the show to realize this. All you have to do is watch the trailer. Riveting. And that's the other He-Man reboot is some 3D animated show that no one's gonna really care about that much. It basically depicts He-Man as an idiot. In the and Kevin Smith's animated show, He-Man is taking a back seat, or should I say, he's murdered. I'll be honest with you. You don't have to watch this show. It doesn't matter if you're a He-Man fan or not. Stay away from this show. Your heart will be broken. So yeah, He-Man is basically killed, and Tila takes his place with the Power Sword and the Power of Grayskull. But we don't have to get into that. It's fine. It's fine. And in this one, yeah, he's just a stupid person. Yeah, you remember George of the Jungle back in the days? Yeah, it's basically that, except done unironically, and you're supposed to root for this character. Now, now that we've gotten all that stuff out of the way, history, even though this He-Man, both He-Man reboots have not officially been out for this long, and I don't think Q-Force is even out at this time. But it's still a past. The new thing right now is Netflix's new civil rights movie, which they've decided to title Rustin. Why they titled this way, I really don't know. I can't even be bothered to look it up. It's probably some very obscure thing that maybe one civil rights marcher said back in the 60s that someone wrote on a piece of paper, and they kept it in their basement all these years, and Netflix, I don't know, took interest in this. But yes, it is just another civil rights movie. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think the Selma movie done 7 years ago by an actual production was good enough to tell the story of the Civil Rights March. And of course, we definitely had a lot of things before that Selma movie. This is not needed. It will not really do anything, and it won't even live up to its predecessors, which have actually done, something. Selma telling the story of Martin Luther King Jr. and other works before it. This doesn't really do anything, but it doesn't matter. It's all part of Netflix's Black Lives Matter collection, and so yeah, they are looking for actors for this, like extras for their DC March. Now I have to urge, I don't know how many people are gonna watch this, but please don't support this. This really isn't needed. This won't do anything special. This is more so just pandering to an audience that will say, oh yeah, the civil rights movement was important. We should have something like that today, when no. We have civil rights today right now. We don't need a reminder. We already have a reminder. Selma already said that. And yeah, please don't support this. If you get a call to be an extra in this movie, just remember, you're going to be there for nothing. You're just going to be there to smile, and you're going to be there to make Netflix look good after all the things it's done in the past. Dear white people, Cuties, Q-Force, both He-Mans, in the same year, around the same month. You don't want this to be anything more than just pandering. You don't want this to be a thing that they can use to sweep the other things under the rug. This is all just brainwashing. Teaching your kids that black people can only be victims, that underage girls can be sexualized. It's not bad. Q-Force, these are all normal. They're satirical parodies of what's real, even though no, none of this is normal. And then He-Man. I get that it wasn't called He-Man of the Masters Universe back in the day, but you do have both reboots that are called New Adventures of He-Man and 2002 He-Man Master. It's in the name. You can't say that it's not about He-Man. It's in the name. It's the New Adventures of He-Man and the He-Man reboot. There's no going around it. It is about He-Man. Doesn't matter how many episodes are about Tila. It's about He-Man. You just screwed it up. And now, on a final note, I have to say, I understand some people are going to say that I'm grasping at straws, saying that this is brainwashing, since, we don't know who's watching Netflix right now, especially with its, 500,000 subscriber drop over the past few months. But, you take at the age demographics, the data of Netflix, you can just Google it really. It says it's 65% of its subscribers currently are 18 to 29 years of age. Now that is 65%. And as we all know, you can't subscribe to Netflix, if you're not an adult, meaning this isn't valid. Netflix isn't actually giving valid numbers because it simply can't. You can't give numbers of minors who are watching the show, especially if those minors are just going to be using the subscriptions that these adults are using. This isn't really good enough. It doesn't really show how many kids are actually watching this. And that being said, yeah, I watched Netflix when I was 14. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have watched Netflix when you were a kid. And, I even have a sister. I got two sisters right now that are watching Netflix right now. And, yeah, I'm a little bit, I hope they're smart enough to know that a lot of this is BS. But yeah, these numbers, they just don't work. They don't really show anything. And that being said, I hope this wasn't too exaggerated. I hope I don't come across as like I don't know screeching banshee woman. I could have done a better analogy. I just hope I don't seem like I'm trying to get attention. This really is a thing that's going on, and I really am sick and tired of just this pandering. That being said, I really hope this video isn't blurry, and take care until my next video.